welcome back to the show. It's me again, Paul P. So, now, we already know that we have Noche Buena, which is Christmas Eve dinner. We have Medianoche, which is New Year's Eve dinner. Now, what do we call the food we serve on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and succeeding days for the next succeeding week? We call that YMCA day. YMCA. YMCA. Yesterday's meal cooked again. Which means we're going to reheat or change the menu that we have, what we have left over from Medianoche or Noche Buena. Now, you're saying, why don't you just reheat it? Yes, sometimes it is good reheated, but some dishes, like for example shrimps, it's not actually that good when you reheat it because it gets overcooked. So, for this week's episode, I'll teach you 2 dishes that I have recycled, or what do you call this? Repurposed. 2 dishes from my Medianoche. One will be Lengua Sevillana, which I will make into a pasta with some toasted garlic on top. And then we're going to have shrimps, which is, we had, what do you call this? Steamed shrimps during Medianoche, and we're just going to make that into Japanese style Kakiage. Okay? So let's get to the kitchen and start cooking. See ya. Let's start off with our pasta dish. While my noodles are cooking, we're going to fry some garlic chips. There. Now the oil is going to cook the garlic and it's going to brown a bit. Okay, first of all, once it's brown, you're going to take it out of the pan and put it to the side. Yes. Okay, don't want it to burn. Take it out, put it to the side. Now, there's a lot of oil in my pan. Discard except for a tablespoon, and that's it. Now, to this we will add the sauce of the Lengua Sevillana. There. It's nice and thick. And then next to this, we're going to add in some queso de bola. There. Also, left from New Year's and Christmas. Going to stir this until it melts. Once it's fully melted, check the noodles, and then we're going to add in the meat. This is the lengua. We have cut it into strips. We're going to add it into the sauce. There. Stir it around, let it simmer. And now we'll check the noodles. When it's at 90% of the way done, we're going to add the noodles to the sauce and finish cooking it for the last 10% so that we'll have a nicely emulsified sauce. One of the secrets of good pasta is, believe it or not, the pasta water. We're going to mix some of the pasta water into the sauce and let it simmer until it's somewhat evaporated and the sauce is nice and thick. There. Look at that. Bubbly goodness. And that's it. Okay, next, we're going to make our dipping sauce for the Kakiage. Here we have light soy sauce and a bit of dark soy sauce. Roughly 1:1. Okay, we're going to heat this up and we're going to add in some negi, also known as green onions, also known as scallions. Then next to this, we're going to add roughly 3 tablespoons of white sugar. Now we're going to simmer this and let it thicken a bit. Make sure you dissolve all that sugar. And then we're going to add in just a bit of water. Why? We want that sweetness and saltiness not to overwhelm the flavor of the shrimp. By adding water and simmering it, we're going to help everything come together and it won't be as thick. It won't coat the Kakiage too much. Okay? That's it. That's our sauce. Now for the Kakiage, we have 2 eggs. We're beating it really well together. And we're going to add to this some salt. Okay? Now the salt is going to add flavor to the kakiage, but the true flavor here is the shrimp. We're adding roughly half a cup of water. We're going to whisk it together. We're going to add all-purpose flour. Now, it's basically making a batter. Now, once we add the all-purpose flour, we're going to add in some cornstarch. The cornstarch will give it an extra crunch when you mix it with everything. Okay, now we're going to finish all our negi or green onions. Next to that, we're going to add some shrimp. This is the shrimp leftover. I just diced it up and put it in our kakiage batter. Now, next, julienne cut or carrots cut into strips. And next to that, we're going to add in kamote. This is also cut into strips, also known as julienne. Now, I was planning to mix this with a spoon, but I think the hand is better. There. Got to mix it really well. Make sure you don't crunch or you break the kamote and the carrot. And now we're going to deep fry. Slowly clump it in your hand and drop it slowly into the oil. Make sure you don't burn yourself because it's gonna hurt. Okay? Put it into clumps like that. Let it fry until it gets a light golden brown on each side. There, look at that. That's what we're looking for. Super crunchy nuggets of goodness. And we're going to put this aside. We're going to fry the rest of it afterwards. Look at that. Okay guys, so we finished cooking everything. Now, we're going to start off with our kakiage. Well, it's still crispy. Okay, look at that. Nice and crunchy bits everywhere. Look at this one. No, this one. No, this one. It's basically a fritter made of, you guessed it right, kamote, carrots, and green onions. With some shrimp and a lot of flavor. Okay. We'll get this one, we'll put it in a separate bowl because the rest will be for my mom and my dinner. There, look at that. Solo kakiage. Believe it or not, if you go to a restaurant, one order of this, which will only give you like 3 pieces of shrimp in it, is 130 pesos. And now you know how to make it. You can make it at home, easier. It can feed a lot of people. I only use about 6 shrimps in this one. And the whole lot is just veggies. Okay? So here we are. Look at that. We give this a try without anything at first. Look at that. We'll go for this side. Okay, I'll give more. You can actually make it a bit more flavorful. If you got the shrimp shells, when you peel the shrimp, you boil it in water, you squeeze all the essences out of it, and then you're going to use that when you make your batter. So it's going to be a shrimp flavored batter. But this is still delicious. I like it because you can taste all the veggies. You can taste the carrot, you can taste the kamote or sweet potato, and then you can get that crunch from the negi or the green onions. Okay, now here's the secret to this. We have a dipping sauce. We're going to dip this into this. Ooh. Okay, this time I don't want to mess my shirt, so I'm going to bring the bowl towards me. A certain sweetness from the sauce helps with the sweetness of the shrimp don't get the issue with fishiness or anything like that. All in all, crunchy, savory, cheap, easy to make, perfect. Perfect for a YMCA meal. Okay, so now let's move on to our pasta. There is our pasta. Now look at that. You can see all the ox tongue, all the toasted garlic on top. As usual, we're going to get just a bit for taste, because the rest will be for my mom tonight, because she loves pasta and she prefers not, well, we prefer not to eat rice anymore at night. Not for health reasons, it's more of we have put on a bit of holiday weight. And who doesn't? Okay, I'll get some of this and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, so I got a bit of it here on my plate, on my bowl technically. You get some of the noodle. We use fettuccine noodles for that extra pizzazz technically. You can use spaghetti noodles or penne, preferably any long noodle would do. I actually prefer linguine with this, but this is gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna go for the noodles first. Nice and creamy. You get the toasted garlic taste and that flavor from the Lengua Sevillana. The tongue has a distinct flavor that you already know that it is tongue. Okay, so now we're going to try a bit of the noodle, a bit of the meat, and some toasted garlic. The ox tongue is very tender, melts in your mouth. Flavor wise, I could have added a bit more cheese to this, or a bit of Parmesan cheese, and it would be so much better, but I think that would overpower the garlicky taste and the flavor of that ox tongue. Okay? So, now, while I finish this, I'll tell you right now, this is not actually my recipe. The pasta Sevillana is actually my mom's recipe. She was cooking all day on New Year's Eve so that we can have a delicious meal as mother and son, because so now we followed protocol and we didn't go out, we didn't mingle, we didn't go with family. This New Year's Eve and this Christmas Eve, or this Christmas and this New Year's too, just so that we will be safe from this Omicron variant, and at least we get to spend more time between mom and me and our dogs. So, from my friends, from my family, Happy New Year! Keep safe, social distance, wear a mask, and pray to God that this pandemic ends soon. So, till next vlog, see you in the kitchen. Tara, kain tayo. Bye-bye! All I want